Deep in the heart of Transylvania, among rocks and dense forests, stands the gloomy silhouette of Bran. The castle, shrouded in centuries-old legends, still sends shivers down the spine of anyone who dares to approach it. Its towers cling to the sky like the claws of an ancient beast, and its walls, according to legend, have absorbed the cries of those who disappeared into the dungeons without a trace. Here, in these halls, seemingly lost in time, fiction and history are intertwined. The shadows of real battles are intertwined with myths about a prince whose name inspired fear even in the dead. Despite official denials, something sinister still hangs in the air of the castle. And everyone who steps inside feels it. Bran holds more than just stones and memories. You are on the Chronicles of Time channel, and today you'll find out. Who exactly built the fortress on the border between Transylvania and Wallachia? Was Vlad Tepes himself somehow connected to this castle? Who was Vlad Tepes really? And how did he become a symbol of fear and legend? What did the dungeons and secret passages inside the castle hide? Why are the ancient walls covered with strange symbols and signs? Does the ancient castle hold the secret of an ancient occult cult? Sit back, it's gonna be interesting. In 1212, the Teutonic Knights built the first castle, which was named Dietrichstein. The wooden structure was located on an important mountain trail and protected the southeastern borders of Transylvania. In 1242, the fortress was destroyed by the Mongols. Bran Castle was first mentioned in documents in 1377, when King Louis the Great granted the local residents the right to build a new stone castle at their own expense and with their own labor. Construction was completed in 1388. The new castle, like the previous one, guarded the eastern borders of Transylvania. Its advantageous position on a high rock made this convenient. In addition to its military significance, Bran Castle also had commercial importance. It was located on the border between two regions and ensured the safe passage of merchants along the route. This helped to strengthen economic relations between Transylvania and Wallachia. Over the years, Bran Castle was fortified, becoming not only a defensive outpost, but also a living space. However, it was Vlad Tepes, known as Dracula, who brought it true fame. Although there is no evidence that he actually lived within these walls, there are reports that he may have been imprisoned here for a short time, or that he passed by during military campaigns. Nevertheless, the legend took root, and now Bran Castle has become not only a historical monument, but also a cult symbol of vampire folklore. But who was Vlad Tepes really? During his lifetime, Vlad III was given the nickname Dracul, which meant devil or dragon. This was a family name that he inherited from his father. In many ways, the real Dracula is a folklore hero, surrounded by exaggerations and speculation. However, he earned his nicknames. Vlad Tepes became famous for his extraordinary tastes. He impaled people on stakes. At that time, the prince was not the only one who practiced this terrible activity, but against the backdrop of his contemporaries, his name resounded throughout Europe. Fear has big eyes. There are legends about the number of people executed and ruined by Tepes. Despite his terrible deeds, in the Apocrypha and legends of Romania, Dracula is perceived as a wise ruler. Yes, cruel, but fair. There is a legend that once the prince promised to relieve the poor of their suffering. What do you think he did? He burned them. Tepes's eternal enemy was the Turkish Sultan, Mehmed II, the same one who captured Constantinople. In his youth, Vlad and his brother Radu spent several years in Turkish captivity and were personally acquainted with the future Sultan. There were many unpredictable twists and turns in Vlad Tepes's fate. He waged war against the Turkish Sultan with Hungarian money, then sat in a Hungarian prison as a captive, and then married a member of the Hungarian royal family. Dracula's death is shrouded in mystery. Vlad III died on the battlefield, killed by his own Hungarians. Tepes's body was beheaded. According to popular speculation, this was done so that his head could be sent to Sultan Mehmed II. However, there is no evidence to support this. Is it true that Vlad Tepes was a vampire? It is unknown why Stoker chose the life of this particular historical figure as a prototype. Yes, legends were told about the cruelty of Prince Vlad Tepes, but none of them mention vampirism, except for the fact that Dracula converted from Orthodox Christianity to Catholicism. And the Romanians have a legend that this is a direct path to vampirism. He can only be called a bloodsucker in a figurative sense, at least based on the historical documents that are known today. In Romania, where Dracula has become a national treasure, the myth of his vampiric nature is cherished and fueled in every way possible. Locals say that it is still dangerous to approach Vlad Tepes' castle after sunset. Well, it's time to get to the main point, Bran Castle. They say that even today, hidden compartments and passages are being discovered within these walls, unknown even to the last guardians of the castle. In narrow passages, behind false stones, archaeologists and restorers have discovered hidden staircases leading deep into the rock. In some rooms, the air seems to stand still, as if it has not moved since the days when those whose names have long been erased from the chronicles walked these corridors. Legends claim that secret passages connected the castle to the outside world, allowing its inhabitants to disappear unnoticed, or to hide what should not have been found. The walls of Bran Castle, especially in its darkest corners, are covered with symbols whose origin is still a matter of debate. Some claim that they are merely the marks of restorers or builders, but there are also those who see in these signs traces of ancient rituals associated with protection from evil. Geometric patterns, intertwined signs, and rare inscriptions could have served as talismans, or conversely, as invitations to other worlds. The symbols hidden under layers of plaster are particularly strange. It is as if someone tried to hide them. Who left them and why is unclear. Perhaps those who knew have long since disappeared. The ancient towers and gloomy halls of Bran Castle retain an atmosphere that sends shivers down your spine. Some researchers claim that the walls of the fortress are still imbued with traces of an ancient occult cult. The cellars, where there is never any light, the halls with architectural inconsistencies and symbols that are not characteristic of local traditions. All this gives rise to legends about secret rituals. Historians refer to written references to night ceremonies and unusual visitors, but no direct evidence has been found. Only guesses, shadows, and the feeling that someone or something is still watching. Bran Castle has stood the test of time, wars, changes, and time have not broken its gloomy pride. Today, it stands as a silent witness to the secrets that were born within its walls, as a guardian of the border between legend and reality. It did not fall, but perhaps it still holds within its depths that which should not have been found. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you soon.